That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. International season, baby. International season. Have a look at it. Out there in New Zealand. New Zealand versus Samoa is the game that we have got today. And this, I mean, like I know we had yesterday, right? We had yesterday PNG, not PNG, sorry. It was in PNG. Fiji versus the Cook Islands. Great. Nice. I love to see International Rugby League on the stage in any form. But this is what I'm talking about. These are the big dogs. These are the proper sides. I'm going to show you the teams, and then the anthems will start very, very shortly. So we'll be straight into the game pretty much. So we do know that Terrell May is out of this one. I'm going to try and hang on, frame it so that chat is, okay, well, chat's covering the Samoans. That's all right. The teams are named 1 through to 7. The forward packs are 8 through to 13. The only change on the bench, Ata Mariota does come in, okay, in place of Benaya Ioelu. That makes a lot more sense than Terrell May coming in place, sorry, than Benaya Ioelu coming in place of Terrell May. Heaps of sense there. Benaya Ioelu moves to 18th man with Keanu Kini there as well. Okay, that is an interesting one. So, I will be quiet throughout the anthems, the haka, and the sivatau. But then I'll get into the commentary once we actually properly get kicked off. So, I'll be quiet throughout these anthems. Yes, Matt Galaxy, I know I'm very muted. I'm just playing Ryo Specs throughout these anthems. Speaking of, gonna be quiet now. It is, I think, my favorite anthem in the Pacific region. Papua New Guinea is a very, very good one, but God Defend New Zealand is outstanding. Just before they get into the pre-match dances, I want to showcase something that I set up yesterday. When New Zealand score a try today, you're going to hear this. And when Toa Samoa score a try today, you're going to hear this. It's kind of fire. Kind of fire. I've got one set up for all of the Pacific nations. I don't know what to do for Australia and England. I feel like God Save the King doesn't really hit as hard. But we got it for the Pacific Championships. Now, just like the anthems, this is my favorite part of International Rugby League, the pre-match war dances. Don't watch me, watch them, and then we'll get into the actual commentary of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the haka and the sivatau. Lads, it's so cool. This is me at my absolute rugby league nerdiest. How can you not love that? How can you watch that and think, oh, the international game is nothing, it's dead. Who cares about the international game? It's unreal. It's so cool. Now we've got the haka to come. This is the best thing that there is. I don't have the words to follow in that performance. I've got to say, Junior Paulo has been doing it for so long, leading it for so long. Say with Siliva Havili for Tonga, it's just not going to be the same without them. Just not going to be the same without them. To the person that asked on Twitch if I'm showing the game, no sir. I'm pinning a message on there because I think we might get a lot of that today. Last year for the international streams, there were a lot of people wanting that. For England play, we're going to score one more than you, England, from Vindaloo. As long as it's not copyrighted, which someone suggested to do the start of Down Under, that would definitely be copyrighted. So, yes. Yes. Anyway, I'm now not muted for the rest of the stream. The more observant of you would have noticed, I think Chickawee said new lighting. Yeah, I mean, it's literally just an old lamp that I turned on. It's absolutely nothing special. But I am up in Sydney, just very briefly. Someone asked as well, what are the bed sheets? Not mine. I'm distancing myself from them. Cumbria Mackham, dude, hold up. Wait, me and you don't need to be talking about rugby league. Sunderland, 2-0 over Wolves. Dude, we're killing it. Already more points this season than Southampton managed in all of last year. Dude, we're killing it. Sunderland, it's where it's at. It's where it's at. If you're not supporting Sunderland right now, you're missing out on the by far the greatest team that the world has ever seen. That's what the chant says, and the chant wouldn't lie. So, yes. Thoughts on Ange being sacked? Look, I can't provide the best analysis because I literally didn't watch a single one of his games. So I don't know how well he was really going. I know he was winless in 8, but there is a real culture in soccer of sacking coaches at the drop of a hat. And yeah, he was a victim of that. CNK does look threatening. I agree, Galaxy Footy. I wasn't able to put a finger on it, but the hair slicked back. He's intensely into this. I love Roger Tuivasa-Sheck in a Samoan jersey. He's played there before. Unreal. So cool. Lorenzo, that's very cool. Yes, someone's making a song about me. Second time that this has happened. I was asked to write a verse. Unfortunately, I only saw the message just before we got started. For the YouTube poll, 61% of people think that the New Zealand Kiwis will win this game. I think if Terrell May was playing for Toa Samoa, it would be a lot more even, but there is absolutely no reason why they can't win. They are capable of it. Payne Haas in the side. I will let you know when they kick off, as I always do. Here we go. I love that they've got Andrew Voss commentating this as well, because he's Mr. International Rugby League as far as I'm concerned. Let's go, people. There's the kickoff if you do want to sync up with me. The timer will start in just a moment on screen. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The black of the New Zealand Kiwis against the blue of Toa Samoa. Haas of the first run, and he was being pushed towards the sideline there. Tonga win at dummy half, but he did well to survive in the end. Galaxy Footy says, funny how both my international teams will be playing each other. Australia and England. Why are you an England fan? I've very publicly said I want England to beat us in the Rugby League Ashes. Geez, forced back there hard. Jeremy Marshall-King and Isaiah Papali'i pushing Jerome Luai. He's backwards. That's the third, and they're only 10 meters out from their own line. They need that kind of run from Josh Papali'i. Doing him and Junior Paulo. I mean, they've been doing it for so long. They were a pairing, I believe, back in the day at the Canberra Raiders. God, the old war horses. I mean, Josh Papali'i, how old is he now? He has extended next year for Canberra. 33 years old. Junior Paulo is 31 years old. Veterans of the game. But they've been very, very good for a very long time. I do want to mention as well, I didn't do a stream for it because I couldn't find a YouTube live stream of it. But for those of you who are keeping score, the Netherlands won yesterday against Malta. There you go, there's the timer. Why is it counting down? No, okay, good, it's counting up. 36 points to 6, I believe, was the scoreline. So our boys are gone. That's a good tackle there on Dylan Brown. There's going to be a lot of Newcastle fans watching Dylan Brown today. Speaking of the New Zealand halves, though, a symptom of Jerome Hughes pulling out for the second year in a row is that we're going to get his second farewell tour for a New Zealand half. It was Sean Johnson last year. It's Kieran Foran this year, suiting up for his country. There's going to be a lot of focus on him, I think. A lot of focus on him. Yes, exactly up the Netherlands were playing. Yeah, against Malta, who there was rumors that like Bronson Sherry and stuff was going to play for Malta. I think Talis Duncan is also eligible. He did not play, fortunately. But yeah, they went away from home and got the big old win. So very cool. Sorry, forgive me. I am remarkably thirsty. It is heaps hot in this room. It looks hot on the camera. There's a kick from Jerome Luai. So they got up to about the halfway line that time. That's a lot better than the first set of the game when New Zealand were just dominating them. You will see me as well making notes throughout this game, but I'll try and keep the commentary undisturbed. So. Drink if you ate the Roosters? Well, no. Brown in a dummy half, gives it across that to Isaiah Papali'i. I believe he is Samoa eligible, but that's a good tackle there from Jaden Sua. Speaking of Sua and the Dragons, I've been doing more research into this Luke Metcalf thing. How much would you guys pay for the likes of a Luke Metcalf? I'm curious. So there's a kick there from New Zealand down to the best winger of this generation, Brian To'o. He's going to be a big player for them tonight, I reckon. I mean, the yardage out the back of him, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck and Murray Taulagi, I think is vital. Absolutely vital, given that the forward battle is one that I probably don't expect Samoa to win. I think that they can, 100% they can. But when you go to the bench and you've got Molo and Mariota up against... I think Nafahu White's, Nelson Asofa-Solomona, it's going to be tough. Knock on there by Jerome Luai. New Zealand are going to get the first real attacking opportunity. One thing as well I want to say, the Bash brothers, Moses Leota, Jace Fisher-Harris, obviously spent this year apart, but this is the first time that they'll be playing back together since then. So that's very cool moment. They're one of the all-time great front row combinations. So... Can you tell us why you can't show us the game? Yeah, it's illegal, dude. People pay a lot of money for the broadcast rights for this. So that is why. Oh, there's the shot clock that's gone, but no, that's all okay. So foreign feeds a scrum. They go out the back to find Matt Timoko. Good tackle there from Dean Mariner playing in the centers. 6 again. So yeah, I was curious to see Mariner in the centers. I think a lot of people thought that Roger Tuivasa-Sheck would be played as a center. Suolasi Fa'alongo, not in the side. Some people think he was overlooked. I don't. I think he withdrew, but anyway, that's just me. Bring us Coco. Coco's a bit sick at the moment. She'll come in maybe later. I will get her on. They're keeping the ball passing here. Timoko back through the middle. Jeez, he's a meter away from the line, if not there. That was incredible scramble to French. What's really a knock on? Junior Paulo was up and about. What a moment that is. The clapping for Junior Paulo was picked up in the effects mic. I want to play it now. Dude, I love it. Samoa! They had the numbers there. And how has this ball come free? Oh, cheeky little Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Huge. That was great, George. 100% that was great. So Samoa survived the first little attacking onslaught. Very good stuff. That's not the haka, George. That's Toa Samoa's Siva Tau. Leaguie, any chance you could do a video on the downfall of French Rugby League? What time frame are we talking about here? Because I do want to make a video about how it became illegal under the Nazis. But I've teased that video for like a year at least. So, yes. How was yesterday? Yesterday was a very fun stream. Quite enjoyed it. But, yes, and Tiger, can you explain what you guys were doing? What is this thing you were working on? One more follower till 900 on Twitch. Hell yeah. Well, geez, we hit 9,000 on YouTube yesterday. If we can hit 900 on Twitch today, that'd be outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. The big boys there, Haas and Paolo, doing work for Toa Samoa. Timoko out of his own end there. Speaking of Timoko and the Raiders, do I have it here? Oh yeah. They sent me this letter about renewing my Raiders membership. Dude, I'm on an automatic renewal. Like, it's basically an ad pamphlet they send all the way up to Sydney. I'm already renewed. Tapani offloads, beautiful. Finds Moses Leota there, skips away for a 1. That was a great run there from Moses Leota. New Zealand are on top in the early stages, that is for sure. They're just getting over the advantage line a bit better. Tuivasa-Sheck there at fullback. Bang, and he gets away for a 1. Rock and Roger as a 2015 again, let's go. I love Roger getting his hands on the ball in at fullback. It's brilliant. Why do you have a Raiders membership? It's just a good financial decision. I'm down in Canberra, that's where I live. So instead of paying for a ticket for every game, I just have a season ticket. Just call Hassan a dog shock, he'll get a spike in Twitch viewers guaranteed. We said this before, I have opinions on Hassan, but I care much more about his faux socialism, given that he is a stealer of content on a mass scale. Make a video on the downfall of South. That was actually one of my first videos that did very well. I have made a video on the downfall of the South City Rabbitohs. It was a lot of fun. Nico Gulsat plays the ball. Now out to Jermaine Asako, a man who, I know he's been established now for several years, but I want to give him some credit because he was in the wilderness. Had a breakout first few seasons of the Broncos, but then struggled to find any game time at, it was the Titans, in fact, he went out on loan to, and wasn't able to get in the Broncos roster, then came to the Dolphins and was doing very, very well for a very, very long while, and is continuing to do so. Penalty there. I like the new glow on the penalty thing. That's very cool, smart guy. High contact there. It was Papali'i on Marshall King. How much is the season ticket? I'll be honest, I actually don't know. It's on an automatic renewal thing, so I don't know, but it's all the games, all the home games, and it's rather cheap because I sit sort of in the corner of GIO Stadium, so. Yes. Oh, there you go. They recorded a bit for an hour or so. They just chatted and played games. Oh, that's so cool. I'm really, really glad that you guys got to enjoy that. That's unreal. Okay. So Leota with a run here on the second. Samoa have survived one attacking onslaught thus far. They've done well. Let's see what New Zealand throw at them this time. There's numbers. Casey McLean with the ball in his hands. He gets there. Casey McLean is over. He scored 4 tries on debut for New Zealand. International Rugby League, baby. Casey McLean, this dude, I mean, I've called him so many times, Stephen Crichton region. Doesn't he just look like him? A young Stephen Crichton out there, beautiful positioning, gets on the outside of his teammate Isaac Tongo. Bang. Murray Talangi has to come inside. Casey McLean. Casey McLean, Critter region. And the celebration, bang. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I'll play it again, Great. Okay, so 4-0 to New Zealand. I mean, I think that pretty much reflects the way that this opening 10 minutes has gone. In the sense that they were just dominating field position. I think getting over the advantage line as well in terms of winning the physicality battle. So points on the board. Try confirmed. Bang. Isaac Tonga's always had sort of some defensive concerns, and that does sort of speak to those there, letting his teammate Glenn on his outside like that. Some of the folks in the Rugby League 6 community are voicing more concerns about the game. Seems like there is some consensus. Okay, yeah, interesting, Galaxy Footy. Unfortunate, but interesting. Asako from not quite the sideline, but close, and his style, it's iconic, its signature, the big curve inwards. And Jermaine Asako turns 4 into 6. Ollie says, Leaguie, what's in your background? Well, there's a lot of things in my background. There's my Sport Shed TV jersey from earlier this year. There's a Bloke in a Bar jersey, because I adore the Bloke in a Bar podcast. There is a Netherlands Rugby League jersey. There's a plate, which was a award from the Netherlands Rugby League for most committed person. There's a retro club hat, retro rugby league, Roosters team photo, me as a kid, miscellaneous things, NRL ball, Cars 2 figurines that's down there. So that's what we've got. And actually, just there, that's a little Liam Gallagher figurine. Bang. That's a picture of me and my family at Abbey Road in London. The more you know. Right here from Britain Nickera, I was watching BKR Sports' stream. He's also streaming this game. And he was talking about the need for Britain Nickera to really prove himself in this series, in that he returned for the Sharks towards the end of the season and Billy Burns was holding that starting role. I don't entirely agree with that. I think that there was benefit to having Nickera come off the bench for Cronulla, but maybe internally he'll be thinking that and feel the need to prove himself up against, you know, elite opposition in the forward packs of Samoa and Tonga. So we'll see. We will see. Who do you think will win the whole series? I think New Zealand. I think that's the safest bet. But I'm extremely excited by the fact that one of Tonga or Samoa will be playing in a CommBank Stadium in the final, because it's going to be a sea of blue or a sea of red, whichever one of them it is. I hope to God that it's both of them, because that's Tonga versus Samoa is my favorite fixture in rugby league. Give me Tonga versus Samoa over Roosters Rabbitohs every day of the week. Roosters Rabbitohs terrifies me. It's good when we win, but it terrifies me. I don't ever look forward to it, really. But Tonga versus Samoa, it's my Christmas. So if I get to see that in the final, it would be incredible. Absolutely outstanding. So. You never answered the question in NRL mod chat. Did you want the r/NRL jersey? Sorry, I was not aware of anything that was going on with that. This is the first I've heard of it. Sorry if I've been missing chats in the the r/NRL community. I mean, I guess I want a jersey, I suppose. Sorry, I'll have a look after the stream. I've got a new phone and its notifications are weird. So that is what I'm blaming. Okay. So 13 minutes gone in this one so far. 6 points to nil, New Zealand over Samoa. Brown in a dummy half gives it across to Casey McLean. Good tackle there by the Wakefield-bound Jazz Tavanga. I was surprised he only spent 1 year at Manly and he's going straight over to the Super League. But anyway, ball's come to ground. I think it's been knocked down there by Dean Mariner, and it has. That is the ruling. It is so good to know all the players. Compared to yesterday where I'm like, frantically looking at my screen being like, oh, is that Ruanati Gaura? Is that Pride Pedersen Rabati? It's good to actually know the players. I will say that. R/the Leaguie? What? No, that's not a thing. No. It would just be, I think there was actually a discussion of having that. It would just be a watered down r/NRL. That's the problem. Okay. That's cool, Lovely. I didn't know you had Kiwi heritage. Alrighty, Cocaine Sniffer is playing. I hate the fact that I have to ask, but which Cocaine Sniffer specifically are you talking about? Bogan, yes, it is Sunderland. It is Sunderland. Forward across to fire, Nickel Clocks. A beautiful ball playing down underneath. That's Britain Nickera at his best there. Getting the ball with a little bit of space to play with, hitting the line hard with a bit of speed. He's got good explosive speed for a back row. Offload there, nice. Bariba, I mean, DCE is going to be, what, 36 or 37 years old next season? A downfall would be very reasonable. Brandon Smith is not playing. No, he's not selected. Kick in behind. Oh, the Kiwis, it was there for them. I think, yeah, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck has grounded it. The ball bounced very favorably for Toa Samoa. Very desperately. Pete says, I watched Ukraine versus Italy last night, but couldn't stream Netherlands versus Malta due to bad weather on their end. Right, okay. A lot of guys from Aussie second grade and France Super 13s played. That was interesting. Did what was the score of Ukraine and Italy? I didn't actually look that up before streaming, because I interviewed the head coach of the Ukrainian Rugby League. Was it yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday. And I asked him, how much are you going to beat Italy by? And he was like, I'll take 1 point, mate. I'll take 1 point. Jeez. Okay, Renato Militalo got close to this, but I think, unfortunately, he's knocked it dead from a New Zealand perspective. Fortunately for me, I'm going for Toa Samoa for sure. As a Sunderland man, thoughts on Alex Johnson? Do you mean Adam Johnson? Or do you mean Alex Johnston, the South Sydney Rabbitoh? I assume you mean Adam Johnson. In which case, what do you think my thoughts are going to be on Adam Johnson? Yeah, not the proudest moment in my club's history. In my defense, that was before I started supporting them. Which, actually, that's not good. That means, no, that's bad. That means that it happened and I still decided to subsequently support them. Which is, yeah, true, but not entirely accurate. Oh dear. NRL Head says, do you think Tonga can win the whole comp? Absolutely. This is the benefit of having Australia be separate to it this year. I don't think it's a complete equal 3-horse race, but it is still a 3-horse race. All 3 sides are genuinely realistic chances of winning it. And that's unreal. That's absolutely unreal. Thoughts on it officially being Postecoglova? But Postecoglova, that's even better. I spoke about it earlier. I haven't watched Nottingham Forest in any of his games. But there's a real tendency to sack coaches very quickly in European soccer, and I think it's a bit ridiculous. So, who is playing for Samoa? Well, go on NRL.com and you'll be able to see the team list. So I don't need to read through all 17 names. They're playing hot potato with this ball here. Jaden Suarez got it, spread it out wide, lad. He kicks it. It's being charged down here. Brown has got it. Dylan Brown has got the ball. That's a great play there from the Newcastle-bound 5'8". I tell you what, if it got through the hands there, Jaden Suarez, I don't know if they would have had enough space to score a try. It was a little bit of a slower play than they would have ideally wanted, but it was there for them for sure. Dylan Brown charged that one down very, very well. And got dudded. No one can turn a team around in 4 weeks. That's the thing. Yeah, and I feel like particularly a lot of teams like Forest or Leicester back in the day who have a period of, not even a period, a season of success, when they don't get it the year after, they're just very quickly to sack coaches. Claudio Ranieri was sacked by Leicester a year after he won the Premier League. Like, you know. So, anyway, I don't want to talk too much about the Premier League. So, there's a kick from Kieran Foran. Underneath it, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, his former teammate at the New Zealand Warriors. A lot of people don't remember this, but there was a point where the New Zealand Warriors had the New Zealand spine of Tuivasa-Sheck, Foran, Johnson, and Isaac Luke. It was Luke towards the end of his career, to be fair, and not the best of Kieran Foran, but still, on paper, what an unreal spine that was. Do you think Cleary will have his downfall? No time soon. Absolutely no time soon. So, wait, r/the Leaguie is banned? Well, that's weird. Here we go. Italy 20, Ukraine 44. Wow. Jet Cleary was class, but so were the Italians. I'll be real, I expected Italy to win. So that's brilliant. So Nico Cookside hits it up and will be tackled about 10 meters out. That was a good little force back there from Toa Samoa. Savalia's doing very well, early stages, getting into some good work. I do want to reiterate the fact, I'm surprised that he's Super League bound already. I feel like he still has a lot to offer in the NRL. But anyway. There's a lot of, it feels like there's a lot of Warriors in this game. I will say that. Oh, look at Papali'i pushing the little fella backwards. His former teammate. Do you like rugby league? Nah. Nah. I'm actually thinking of changing my channel name to the Uniony. Unfortunately. Might need to change that. Forearm with a kick. It's not... Yeah, it wasn't hit flush. It was okay. Andrew Voss was correct. It sort of went a little bit closer to the sideline than it looked like he'd ideally have wanted. But anyway, it worked out okay in the end. Has DCE signed with the Chooks yet? No, which is very confusing to me. I don't know what they're waiting for. But anyway. Cobra got a copyright strike for what? Did you get a strike or a claim? They are very different things. The cricket is your next thing, trust. I don't know enough. I don't know enough about cricket. There's numbers out there on the right-hand side for Toa Samoa. They keep it going through the hands. Tango, yeah, they didn't quite execute that correctly there. The Penrith combination of Talangi and... Sorry, Talangi, not Taulangi. And Isaac Tongo. Luai fights Payne Haas underneath. Get him through his work, Jerome. Oh, there was a little chop there. Payne Haas and James Fisher-Harris. Paulo, across the fired Papali'i. Hang on, what? Tonga versus Cook Islands? On Saturday? That doesn't make any sense. That can't be correct. Unless I got it wrong. Anyway, Samoa have 2 tackles right here on New Zealand's line. I'm not the only one that saw that graphic, right? Unless it's women's, but it didn't say that. Leaguie tackled. So that's not great. The halfback tackled there on the 4th. We'll see what they come up with on the last. It'll be in the hands of Talangi. It won't actually, and Jazz Tavanga just drops it. That's a very, very poor last tackle option there. Leaguie is a man who invites spotlight intentionally, and he walks the walk. I love him. But to play halfback, you know, in as more of a halfback play than I'll ever know. But to be tackled like that on the 4th when, you know, your 5/8 is Blaze Talangi, is newish to this stage. You need to be able to trust your 5/8, but I don't think that was the right move at all in their first attacking set. Oh, right through the middle there. Joe Tarpany has got one man in front of him. Tries to step around Roger. Brilliant legs tackle. Out of absolutely nowhere. Joe Tarpany was in space. 4 in now. Does a little kick in behind. To'o has saved a try. Brian To'o has saved a try.
He's everywhere, bro.
Unreal. It's a slips catch. It's a slips catch. Brian To'o. That is one of the great try saves I've seen. There were Kiwis everywhere. Awesome try save after the Tarpany line break. Kiwis were everywhere. But yeah, he made the tackle on Tarpany and then tracked back. They were literally, if it wasn't him, it could have been one of 4 Kiwis to catch that ball. They go the short drop out, but it's not short enough. Spreading it across now. If they keep going through the hands, there should be space on the other side, theoretically. They're going to, no. No, they don't. Oh, now they do. Now they do. McLean, back inside. He's going to get close to the line. He scored! You're kidding! You're kidding! What the hell? Where has that come from? Where has that come from? Yo! 6 tries in 2 games, it must be. What the hell? That was pretty terrible defense for Samoa, I'll be honest. He's a tall, lanky dude, but what, he just got inside Paulo and Tuivasa-Sheck and they could not hold him up, but reached out. This dude is going to be a problem, an absolute problem for a decade to come in the NRL. Casey McLean, they just have a factory of incredible talents out there in Penrith. Bang. This kid, he's played 2 games. This is his 2nd game, I believe, for New Zealand. He's like, you know, Isako? Timoko? Who? Who's that? Who are you talking about? Casey McLean, that's where it's at, baby. That is where it's at. It's 2025. Damn. Try confirmed. Did somebody say Lord have mercy? Lord with an E specifically. I like it. What happened to your background? I'm in Sydney right now. My background normally is in, well, it is in Canberra. Normally I'm in Canberra. I will be back in Canberra shortly. Did you see the video I sent you on Discord? No. Who's that? Cobra? No, I did not see the video. I will try and look afterwards, but I do have a very busy evening coming up. So here's a kick from Jermaine Asako. Oh, hang on. I think Coca might be trying to come into the room. Nope. I'm hearing things. Isako with a kick. Bang. 12 points to 0. Easy as you like. Terry says, League, it's a wild shout, but I think Ireland could be a great nation to host a League World Cup. It is a wild shout. It's the kind of thing I would be 100% in favor of. Seeing it hosted in a place like that, there's surely got to be a market there. The only problem is that there is like little to no domestic rugby league infrastructure in Ireland, as far as I'm aware, which sucks. There's surprisingly little in Ireland and Scotland, and there's a club in Wales, but yeah, the North Wales Crusaders. But outside of, you know, the M62 corridor in England, it is limited. But it would be a great tool for growth. Great tool for growth. What happened to your face? Did something happen to my face? Who said that? That's so rude. So rude. It was Dean. Dylan Brown with the ball. Would you have a World Cup in the Vatican? Hell yes. Holy See. You just got literally the Pope. Let the Pope have the bunker, I say. Send it up to the Pope's office. We have the kick chasers on side. We have the grounding. We have a decision. You do look about 20 years older than you are. Really? Is this lighting not good? I am like incredibly warm in this room. I will say that. Toa Samoa is knocked on badly. No, okay, geez, I thought that was knock on for Toa Samoa for sure. Hang on, well, let me see if this is better lighting. I don't think that's better lighting. That? Anyway, it's just yellow lights. Samoa get away with one there, that's for sure. So 15 minutes left to go in this first half. I think that's probably, well, an incorrect call. It's a call that I'm certainly happy with because I think that it's important that Samoa don't go into the break any further than 12 behind. How did Kenny McLean make that? I'm only seeing it now. I have no idea. It's Casey McLean, but I have absolutely no idea how he found that straight. There's a knock on there, Nickel Klukstad. That's surely knocked on there by Mariner as well. Jeez. Would have been amazing if they'd been given that one as well. But Rugby League gods, talk about it. Samoa will be on attack here. Okay, Tapani and referee Peter Goff having words. What to say, shout out Peter Goff for getting this game. Holy. Was it Liam Kennedy last night? Getting the sort of fringe referees. You know, not your Kleins, your Atkins, your G's. Peter Goff, big up, my man. The lighting is like old Leaguie lighting. That is true, because it's... In fact, it literally is. This is the lamp that I used to use. So, yes. Is taco a dinner or lunch food? I think all of that is a social construct. Bro, you can eat cornflakes for dinner. It's fine. Bring back the beard. I am bringing back the beard. I am bringing back the beard. I'm just going to be on camera tomorrow. So, can't be shaving. Got a little something to record. So, Junior Paolo close to the line on the third. I'd love them to get a try here. For the sake of this game, it would be great. Luai at the back. Oh, that was quick hands. Mariner goes himself. Mariner, the seas part for the man in blue. Toa Samoa in. Bang! And look at the flags going up out there in New Zealand. Doesn't matter that they're on enemy territory. It's Samoa. Samoa who have got the points on the board. 12 points to 4, and that one will be converted. It was falling off tackles, unfortunately, that cost New Zealand there. And this game is alive again. Let's go. Hell yes. Ollie says, hey, Legman, my video on Jet's doing well. Nearly at 1K. Oh, let's go. Congratulations as well for that subscriber thing. Ben says, got up at 5 a.m. English time to watch this. Your dedication is unreal. I know your pain. I used to live in that part of the globe. It ain't easy to keep up with your NRL, but respect. Why Samoa players swearing during the haka? I don't think they're swearing. In fairness, I don't speak Samoan, but I don't think they're swearing. Do you think Samoa can come back, said NRL head? Yes. They're going to be one try behind. 100% they can come back. I would still be tipping New Zealand to win, but yeah, Samoa can come back for sure. Bang. Okay, so Blaze Talungi will be the man to take the kicks. I don't know if have we seen him take kicks in the NRL? I can't. Maybe for Para. I can't remember him doing so for Penrith, although I might just be completely mind blanking. Yes, Galaxy Footy, Samoa did score. Bang, Blaze Talungi, 4 becomes 6. One thing that is very, very weird for me, so I'm wearing this lapel mic, right? Because I can't bring my big old microphone when I've just come up to Sydney for a couple of days. I am instinctively, when I'm talking, leaning forward because normally my microphone is here. So I'm like trying to... lean forward into a microphone, but I'm just moving with the microphone. So if you see me going like this, that's why. It's a shame that there's quite a number of empty seats up there. This is, I don't recognize this stadium. Is it, oh wait, is it just Mount Smart? It might just be Mount Smart. Yeah, it is. It is Mount Smart, my bad. I'm not used to seeing Mount Smart not that full. I don't think I've seen the seats at Mount Smart for quite a long time. Bro did the Macarena to explain that. I once did the Macarena, in fact, once, it was like 2 months ago, on a party boat in Croatia for about 3 hours. It was great. People like joined me. We had like a flash mob, and then at times I was doing it by myself, and then they came back. It was great. Okay, Junior Barlow with a run. They're on the 4th, not bad. Oh, he gets a good offload. That makes it a very, very good run. Now Talangi through the middle, so he'll be tackled on the halfway line. Good set, Toa Samoa. Very good set. Luai with a kick here on the last. 53-meter gain, that's not bad whatsoever. It's being chased hard here. Nanai, oh, he went up for it. But Nickel Cookstad got it in the end. He is such an aerial threat, isn't he, Jeremiah Nane? But why is it DWZ playing? Look, to be honest, I mean, does he get in on form ahead of Isako or Mulatalo? I wouldn't have him there. And that's not even that much of a criticism of Dallin. Isako and Mulatalo were two of the premier wingers in the game. So, Wales says, bro, how has this guy been like everywhere in Europe? I lived there for 12 years. Oh, Tavanga for a HIA. Okay, so that's going to mean Chanel Harris-Tavita is now their hooker for the rest of the game. I would have had Benayoelu Yoelu named over Chanel Harris-Tavita in the first place. But anyway, that's just me. I would have had a specialist hooker there. But anyway. Do you have any idea about Nawangani Tuasi's ex-club? I do not. I don't really know. I couldn't name that many union clubs. I know the Waratahs and the Reds. The Rebels are gone, aren't they? I'm not the man to ask, really. I've submitted an application for a new NRL club. It'll be in some farm I've rented out. So far I have me, my mum, a Monopoly board, my cat, and an air mattress. Will you sign for us? I'm happy to do like social media for you, if you want. So, Ollie says, "Leg mate, get me on Matty G." Aspirationally, you got to earn it. You got to earn it, and you're doing well. Samoa away down the side. Well, no, Talangi can't go back inside. It was overrun there by Isaac Tungo. Anyway, a 71-meter gain on the last. They're spreading it. Luai gets the ball. Will he put a kick in? He will across field. Oh, that was a pretty poor kick there on the end. Caught easily there by Jermaine Isako. I bring down the right-hand side. Luai had space to kick into. Miss kick caught by Isako, unfortunately. So, Nelson Asafa Solomona, this, we don't know what's going on with him necessarily. This might be the last little period that we see of him in rugby league. He might be off to R360, he might be off to Union in general. This could be it for him, so savor these potential last moments of big Nas. Thoughts on the England team for the Ashes? Don't be generous, bro. We know we are getting destroyed. To be abundantly clear, I want you to win, and I am on your side. I was caught a little bit surprised by Joe Burgess, but that's deserved. I need to talk through this. Isako's about to score a try. He's over. He's not going to score. Well held up. I'll get into this quickly, because I will hopefully be making a video previewing the Ashes if I have time. I think the Hart situation is very interesting. Williams will obviously start, but then do you have Mikey Lewis or do you have Harry Smith, I believe? I hope I'm getting the name right. I'm pretty sure Harry Smith, Wigan halfback. Do you have him there at 7? But centers are great. Wardle and Farnworth. Wardle is outstanding. A lot of NRL fans would have no idea who he is, but he's great. I think the best center in the Super League. And I think it will be fascinating to see the old guard of, you got Alex Walmsley and Mike McMeegan coming up against the big Aussie forwards like Tino and all that. We'll see the physical battle, whether they're prepared for it. One thing I definitely think, I don't have AJ Brimson in my England team. And I think that would shock a lot of NRL fans. Quicksand, has he kept this in field? He's knocked it in field. The ball's there. No way. This is going to be one of the most incredible tries you've ever seen. This is one of the most incredible tries you've ever seen. That's making the rewind. Simi Sasagi. I saw it happen. It was 2018, I think. Blake Ferguson kept the ball in the field of play. And Corey Oates, it was against the Broncos, went in to score. Unreal. Unreal. That's crazy. I've got to add that to my list for the rewind now. Holy. Beautiful kick. It was to stop a 40-20. Quicksand touched it, then jumped from the field of play, kept it in field, but the lack of chase from Isako. Bang. And the ball's kept in the field of play. I want to know, has he grounded it here or has he just picked it up? Yeah, he picked it up. He didn't ground it. There's no downward pressure there at all. That's incredible. That's incredible. Unreal. The comeback is absolutely on. Absolutely on. Yes, George, I have seen that clip. It's in my soundboard, dude. It's in my soundboard. Jesus. I know it's hindsight hero, but to see the Samoan kick chase go so far ahead of Isako there, that was a little bit maybe disappointing. Well, I don't know. It is easy, but hindsight hero, that's the thing. But Isako was just jogging back. Anyway. Astra should be held in Twickenham. They would never let us in Twickenham. They'd never let us in Twickenham. I'm sure they'd love to hold it in Twickenham, but you won't see rugby league played there. Hell will freeze over before they see rugby league at Twickenham. 12 points all. I said it's important that Samoa go in only 12 down at the halftime mark, but bang. There we go. Beautiful. 5.5 minutes to go. 12 points all. And yeah, Chance was stuck in the fence, was he? Well, to be fair, I mean, he wasn't stuck, but he just, when you hit a big metal barrier. Bang. I want to see 12 all half time. Set us up for a wonderful second half. A hell of a second half. Zorro has followed. Does that mean we're at 900? Oh, it doesn't say it. Not yet. I saw 899. We must have lost one. Oh no, now we're at 900. There we go. Thank you, Zorro. You are my 900th Twitch subscriber just after we hit 9K on YouTube last night. Got to get 100 more on Twitch by the end of the year. Easy. Easy wins. 1K more on YouTube though is like my main goal. So let's go. Challenge shouldn't have been that dramatic. You should have toned it down a little bit, you reckon, Tiger. Inside 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Samoa, oh, lovely offload there from Payne Haas. Every single time I commentate on like one of their runs, they do an offload. So Wales says Walsh could probably solo the England team. I mean, okay, a little bit of an exaggeration, just slightly. But yeah, I mean, Australia are a much, much better side on paper. So I'm surprised you know Twickenham Stadium exists. I love stadiums, dude. Stadiums are my churches, my monuments. I'm a stadium aficionado. Ignore the fact that I didn't recognize this as Mount Smart Stadium just earlier. I am an absolute encyclopedia of stadiums. Thank you, Magnetic. 9K was a good milestone, but I'm laser focused on 10K. Literally since the end of last year, I was like, okay, end of 2025, 10K subs. It's the only goal I've been focused on all year, so I ain't celebrating 9K, not before we get 10. Okay, Foreign. This is the last here. It's a 3-on-2 situation. Brown has found the outside man there in Mulatalo. Goes to Casey McLeod. Steps away for one. Oh, dear. Oh, you can't be serious. Luai volleys it dead. Volleys it. That was risky from Jerome. But beautiful. To find the cutout pass to the winger. Then back inside for Casey McLeod, who jumps over. He jumped over. It must have been the fullback of... Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Tanya. I thought it was the fullback of Toa Samoa. But then volley dead there by Jerome Luai. Dropout force. This first half ain't over yet. We could have points to go for sure. Okay, Mr. Stadium. What's the stadium in Uden, Netherlands? It's not really a stadium, but it is, of course, the great Rugby Club Octopus. Short dropout, but not short enough. They're landing it on the 20, and Mariner went up for it, but caught easily by Osako in the end there. Thoughts on Kieran Foran? Legendary player. And I'm savouring these last few games that he has in Rugby League. We all thought he was done. Honestly, since leaving Manly the first time, unsuccessful stint at Para, unsuccessful stint at the Warriors, really not a great stint at the Dogs, but he went back to Manly and just revived himself. Nelson has knocked on. 12 Asashekers with the ball. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first half. I have not seen the movie called Footy Legends. What was the stadium's original name at Gosford? Isn't it just Central Coast Stadium? Or am I wrong? What is the capacity at Santos? I don't know the capacity at Santos. Fine. Stadiums in Scotland. Okay, that's an interesting one. I actually do know a few because I played Football Manager with Edinburgh City, who are a Scottish team. I mean, you've got Celtic Park, you've got Ibrox, you've got, let me think, Murrayfield? Something Murrayfield? I'm blanking. Damn it, I'm thinking of Hearts and Hibs. What are their stadiums called? Aberdeen. I'm upset with myself. It'll come to me. I'll think about it more at halftime. Let me think about it at halftime. 15,000, good to know for future reference. Kick there on the last 4, Toa Samoa. 1:40 left in the first half. So a full set coming for New Zealand. Oh, geez, that was a high pass there from Osako to Chance. If he'd knocked that one on, we could have had 18-12 Samoa. Irish stadiums I'd struggle with, to be fair. Yeah, Edinburgh has Murrayfield, doesn't it? Because that's where Oasis played. Anyway, on the third here, New Zealand. Foran at dummy half. I think he played dummy half, like, as a position for them last year. It's good to see him playing at halfback in more of his preferred role. Brown with a run himself. 2 tackles left here. Murrayfield. Yes, I do know Murrayfield. Okay, cool. I'm going to name you more. I just need to properly think about it. Easter Road, that is true. It is Easter Road, isn't it? So pass back there from Isaiah Papali'i. Cookside gets it. McLean has got it on the last. 45 seconds left. There's space in front of Kieran Foran. Does get a ball away. Quick ball away there from Dylan Brown. Knock on. They're saying touched by Samoa. What's the ruling? It's been touched by Toa Samoa. 35 seconds left. They're going to try and pack the scrum as quickly as they possibly can. New Zealand are going to fire a shot. And I wonder, are they going to snap a field goal? Are they going to snap a field goal here? Yeah, it was touched there by Jeremiah Nene. What is the name of Edinburgh City's ground? I should surely know that. I can't picture it. Okay, they're not going to go for a field goal, at least not quite yet. Mulatalo's tackled. He tried for an offload there, but McLean can't get the ball. No, there's an offload now. Okay, so McLean does get it. The danger man. He's tackled. 10 seconds left. I think surely they'll snap a field goal here. Yeah, they're set very, very deep. No, they're not going to. They're going to go for a set play. Shift out to the right-hand side. Brown, little chip kick in behind. To'o, the ball's hit the ground. They've scored. Matt Timoko has got it. It's an unlikely one. Who needs the one where you've got the 6 New Zealander in the dying seconds? The dying seconds of the first half, and that is a dagger blow to the hearts of Samoa. They did really, really well to get a comeback, but now they won't be going in on level terms. A knock-on the last for New Zealand, but it was a knock-on by Toa Samoa. Unfortunately, gave the ball back to the Kiwis, and that's an easy grounding there from Matt Timoko. I'm still trying to think of Scottish stadiums. For 10k, make a Football Manager vid taking Sydney FC to Club World Cup glory. After they signed Jack Rodwell, I can't endorse Sydney FC anymore, unfortunately. Reckless. The national anthems was what I first started with, but I just thought it didn't quite go as hard. And there weren't good versions of each of the national anthems as well. So. Damn, I'm sad about that. But anyway, it was a deserved try for sure. It was a beautiful try from Matt Timoko. It was called Waterside Park. Well, in fairness, that I did not know. Ben Hollywell says, would you have picked any Super League players for the Aussie squad as a road choice such as French, Field, Sailor or Felt? Definitely not Sailor or Felt. But Bevan French is one that really interests me, and I would love to see him. Love to see him in an Australia jersey. Because obviously there's a perception over in the Super League that he's one of the best players in the world. And it's easy to understand when he dominates the Super League in the way that he does. I think for his own legacy, missed kick there by the way, Jamina Sarko. For his own legacy, I think it would be great to see him tested in that environment. But anyway. Bang. 16 points to 12 at the half-time break. Who is the greatest dual call player? For me, probably Brad Thorne. See, I don't really know how well people have done in Union. I just don't care about Union. So, yeah. I'm really not sure. Anyway, Enra had asked about the 10-year ban for anyone going to R360. It's fascinating in many respects. The main takeaway I have from it is that Peter V'landys was incredibly bullish on the fact that they had no business case. The ban certainly would indicate that he thinks they do have a business case. I'm not sure that it's legal. I don't know. I don't think it will be challenged though, at least not for a very long time. So in effect, it doesn't really matter whether it's legal or not. I don't think it will have much practical impact. I think a lot of the people that are going to be going over to R360 are players with less than 10 years left in their career anyway. Sort of guys towards the end of their careers. But personally, I do not have any grievance whatsoever with players going to R360. I think the NRL's in a good enough spot to supplement that talent, fill it in. We've got heaps of good players coming through. Everyone's replaceable. No one's bigger than the game. But from the individual perspective, go get the bag, bro. You never know what game's going to be your last. It could, every single game, right? You could have a career-ending injury. It's a risk. And we talk about the amount of money that these players earn, but you got to remember that it's, for the best ones, it's a 10-year career. The vast majority of their life is going to be spent not playing rugby league. So go get the bag, dude. Make generational wealth. Look after yourself for the rest of your life. That's what I would do. 100%. What do you think about business headgear? I think it's very cool. I think it's very cool, the white and the blue. So, yes. Thoughts on the new PNG side and everything else around it? It's been a while since I've heard like substantive news. Obviously, we saw the name being confirmed, the Chiefs. I'm a big fan of that name. But I think we're still quite a long way away from actually hearing like coaching appointments, signings as such. If EA releases a Union game, would you play it? Probably. But reluctantly. Definitely reluctantly. So, thoughts on the Creator Awards muting situation? What was the muting situation? I didn't know anything about that. Who is the GOAT Kummel? Geez, well, Olam's the first one that comes to mind. There's a lot of good ones. There's a man who played for Storm back in the day. I'm forgetting his name. Cooper Bai? Or is that his son? I do get the names confused. I will be honest. But Olam is the one that comes to mind for sure. You got David Mead, obviously, was outstanding for the PNG Commonwealth. You've got, if you want to say Alex Johnston, like, you know, he might be the greatest ever player to represent PNG. He's going to be the top try scorer of all time. So that's a difficult one to look past as well. Marcus Bai. Yeah, he comes to mind for sure. So yes. I'm going to, a lot of people have demanded that I go get my dog Coco. I think that's valid. So I'm gonna give you guys some chair content for just a little bit. And I'll be back with Coco. Oh my goodness. That is an absolutely stunned looking little doggy right now. She has no idea what to do. She has no idea what to do. Do your cokes. Do ya. She's an old girl now. But she's a good girl. Go on a minute. Yeah, she doesn't really want to be here. It's very warm in this room. Anyway, you got Coco. The people wanted to see your cokes. I hope you're happy. Now my suit's covered in dog hair. What was Isako doing? What was Isako doing? Have I forgotten? Okay. I'll be honest. I'm still trying to think of Scottish stadiums. See, I think it's like while the Leaguie Cokes is just not as into you guys as you guys are into her. Unfortunately, I'm sorry it's the case, but it is the case. So, 16 points to 12 is the halftime scoreline. I'm optimistic from a Samoan perspective, but as I said, that try on halftime, psychologically speaking, is frustrating. The thing is that Samoa have the confidence to know that they can come back into this, even if New Zealand get the next try. I don't think that's necessarily huge. I think the try after the next try is a big one though. Very, very big one. Do you think Ashes will be competitive? Yes. I think that the temperature over there in England will work into the favor of the England sides. And I think as well, I mean, I don't know the extent to which the Australian Kangaroos team themselves are going to underestimate England. I certainly know a lot of Australian fans are being incredibly dismissive of England, to the point where I think it's always kind of rude and disrespectful. And I'd love to see England win. Love to see them win. We down to 899. See, this is the thing, Lorenzo. I don't know about having the chat be subscriber mode only, because people just subscribe. Oh no, sorry, follow only. People follow, and then they ask, "Are you showing the game?" And I say no, and then they go. So. Lorenzo said, "You're not the real chair. You're an imposter. Be gone with your devilish ways, white chair." It's beige, by the way, like the rest of this room. But yes, that's true. It's not the real chair. Who's playing in Vegas? Dogs, Cowboys, Knights, Dragons. Cowboys is the one I'm least confident about, but I think it is them. And Hulk AR will be playing... Who? Las Vegas Rugby League 2026. I'm going to say St. Helens? Kind of feels like it should be. Okay, I played Warrington. Oh no, sorry, not Warrington. Leeds. That makes sense. But yes, it is Dogs, Knights, Dragons, Cowboys. I'd love to go. I don't think I mean, I definitely won't go. I don't have the money for it. But I think the year after, perchance, maybe. Do you have a Super League team? I kind of like all of them. I don't have any dislike towards a Super League team. I think Catalans would be my number one. But now that Toulouse Olympique are there, firmly, I think. Someone asked earlier thoughts on Jason Demetrio going to the London Broncos. Huge get. They're doing everything right in terms of off-field stuff right now, in my opinion. They're a side who have been, I think, quite mismanaged for quite a long time. But there's a lot of things trending in the right direction for them. They'll be disappointed to have missed out on Super League. But I think it is important that they do not get promoted all that too quickly. Don't get put in the big time before they're ready for it. They're such a yo-yo club. No point going up and being right at the bottom. Build yourself off field, get set to go. And that's the way that it looks like it's going for them. So yeah. What do you think the result of Cook Islands playing against New Zealand away? Well, that won't happen this year, but Cook Islands versus New Zealand is like a real mismatch, Tedesco is not on the Australian team, Roosters. He has withdrawn to go to his brother's wedding in Australia, which I know I literally made a video about players pulling out. I understand that a little bit because his brother is literally on the other side of the world to him, right? You can't do both. But when players pull out for like weddings in Australia and stuff, I'm like, you're here anyway. I don't know. Like, newsflash, I'm not married, despite the fact that I literally wear a ring. But, yeah. Bruh, holy glaze. I still wish he was playing for Australia. And would put rules in place basically to make it so that he would have to, if called upon. So, yeah. Lorenzo says 2027 will be Storm, Titans, Eels, Dolphins, Tigers, and Bears. Well, who does that leave left that hasn't gone over? Is that all the remaining teams? Because, it's what? No, it can't. No, yeah, it can be. Wait. So that's 6 plus 3 times 4 plus 12. Yeah, so that'd be everyone. It could well be. I don't know about having the Bears' first game be in Vegas. It's not the worst thing, but it would kind of be cool if it was, a packed out Optus Stadium. I don't know if you'll get a packed out Optus Stadium for their second game necessarily. Yeah, Anna, I heard that's literally not what I said. But yeah, it's a tough one. Do you put the Bears over in Vegas? They did say every team will get a chance to go over, and it is a 5-year thing. So there's still 1 year beyond next year where they could put the Bears as one of the teams. I would love to see the Roosters go over again in 2028. Because of the red, white, and blue and the Sydney marketing. But yeah. I'd have it, if you're going to have it be Bears in 2028, sure. Have it be Bears, whatever team has also not gone over yet, because there would be one other one, and Sydney and Melbourne, or Sydney and Brisbane, or Melbourne and New Zealand, or some of those. Here we go. EB says, Terrell May pulled out last minute because Taylor got injured and didn't want to play if his brother wasn't sentimental, but what? Is that really it? That's rough. I hope that's not the case. I really hope that's not the case. There's got to be more to it, because that is awful. That's genuinely quite awful, actually. I don't want to judge, because literally that's all the information that's being presented to me on that situation. But if he wants to, like, if I don't know how seriously Taylor is injured, maybe Terrell wants to be by his brother's side. But dude, represent your country, man. Anyway, the RS show. I'm all due respect to your mother. I'm good. Minor hamstring. Well, okay. If it's a hamstring, if he's injured, that's a different thing. But the fact is, at this end of the season, we don't know. We never know. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Why do you wear a ring? So it's a funny story. I went to Bali because you can't fly directly from the Netherlands to Australia. So we'd often do stopovers. And it was like 2016, I think. And we stayed in a place and there was just this jewelry shop across the road. And I saw this ring and I loved it. I loved the design. You can't actually really see it that well. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I loved the design of the ring. And it was, cheap because it was Bali. And I had it for like a couple of years and then I lost it. I left it in a PE bag that got left on the bus and yeah, never saw it again. And then earlier this year, a couple months ago, I was back in Bali and I went. I didn't actually intentionally really do this, but happened to find the same jewelry shop. And we looked inside and I found the same ring. And so I bought it. So that's why I wear it now. Cool little story. It is from Trisha from room 238. I assure you, there is not a Trisha that lives in room 238 of my accommodation at university, which may or may not be Davy Lodge. Maybe. Well, ARW, look, if he'll be in camp for the Tonga game, that does imply that it's an actual injury. Like he has to sit out 1 week. But as I always say, if it was the Tigers, would he be playing? I don't know. And I feel terrible implying that he's not really injured, because there are players at the back end of this year who are absolutely injured and not fit to play. They are victims of all the other players who I think are fit to play and don't. So, Chico, yes, your messages are popping up in chat. Sorry, there's just a lot to read. My bad. Keep Jazz at hooker, please. Has he passed his HIA? Well, EB Benaya is not right there, to be fair. He's in the squad, but he's not named in this team to play today. I thought Jazz was good defensively. I don't think Jazz was good offensively. If it's the Tigers, why should he play? I just get the feeling that if it was his club side, the club would make him play. But because it's only an international game is missing, it's like, it doesn't matter as much. Yes, Alfred, absolutely. If anyone offered me millions to do anything, nearly anything, nearly anyone, I would do it. Bearded D-Bag is better than bearded Sam Walker. D-Bag meaning Dylan Brown, by the way. I don't think anything is better than bearded Sam Walker, though, so you're wrong. Who do you think will win, said Daniel? Oh, wait, I've got to switch to this one. I think New Zealand will win. I hope Samoa will win. I'm glad to see that the poll on YouTube is 55% Kiwis and 45% Samoa. I thought it would be a bit more blown out towards the Kiwis, so that's good. All right, there's the kickoff to the second half. Here we go. Knock it on, New Zealand. Knock it on, knock it on, knock it on, knock it on, knock it on. They didn't knock it on. Now that's sad. That's incredibly sad. Would have loved to have seen it. It's good to see Phoenix Crossland playing. Tiger said thoughts on Phoenix Crossland. I want to say thank you to CLLO Pena for following over on Twitch. Massively appreciate it. Are we back up to 900 now? I can see 898. We're shedding subscribers, followers. I get the terms confused. Yeah, Crossland is good. Crossland is good. And I think that it's going to be interesting next season with Jaden Brayley gone from Newcastle. He's their hooker. He's their man. You've got Mason Teague, who we saw last night, play 80 minutes at hooker for the Cook Islands. He'll probably pick up that 14 role. But we've seen some very good form from Crossland. No way Nelson has kicked it on the last. International Rugby League, how good is it? Nelson kicked on the last. It's a genuine word. Go again, Nels. Go again. The ball is bouncing around. They've got to have numbers out there, surely. They go back to Charles Nickel-Kluxer. They're in their own half. Foran gets the ball eventually. We'll put a kick in behind. It's being chased. Mulatalo's winning it. Mulatalo was potentially tackled without the ball there. It's ruled play on. And Tuivasa-Sheck steps away from one. Is tackled there by Mulatalo. Nas kicking the ball on the last in the big 2025. Are you serious? Roosters, firstly, please don't spam. Secondly, yeah, I'll be honest. The VODs are there, I believe they should be there. So you can watch the VODs, but Rugby League 26 was taking a toll on me. And editing the episodes took way too much time. More than I really had to offer, so. B. Milner says, hey League, your honest question, is Jerome Luai actually that good, or has he relied on the success of his teammates the last few years? That is an interesting, sincere question. I think he is actually that good. I definitely think he's actually that good. It's not one or the other, right? He was in a tremendous side and that allowed him to do his thing, but his thing is a very good thing. So, Bogan, what are you talking about, Pizza Brick? Chico, I'm definitely not keeping the beard. This is not even a beard, dude. This is just me not having shaved for 2 days. Wales, if you pay for my transport, I'll come to your grade 9 orientation for sure. So Chance is staying down here. I have just, Terry, looked up who Andy Farrell is. I'm glad that he's a rugby union person, not a rugby league person, because I didn't know who he was. I don't have any thoughts on it. No, we're definitely not bringing back the beard. I've got to go with the baby face. What I will say, these little side things I've got, they always curl up, and they annoy me. They annoy me a lot. Bogan says, give me a high five. Bang. That was for you there, Bogan. So 2.5 minutes gone left. Sorry, gone left. Wow. 2.5 minutes gone in this second half. It's not a case that the next try is particularly important. I think Samoa have shown that they can come back for 2 tries down, but it would be unreal if it was Samoa. There's a strip. Ruled play on. Bang. What a play that was. Samoa get the ball in New Zealand's half. Mariner tackled there about 5 meters away from the halfway line. Aaron Clark was not very happy. Andy Farrell is a rugby league person. He captained Britain at 21. I looked up Andy Farrell and it said like rugby union coach. Maybe there's two Andy Farrells. Oh, former rugby league and rugby union player. My bad. Well, that just goes to show my knowledge of history. Well, to be fair, English rugby league history is not my strong suit, so. Okay, penalty there for Toa Samoa. We haven't had many penalties so far in this game. Is that potentially the first one? I feel like that's the first time I've hit the P. Oh no, it's twice. Second time. 2.5 minutes gone left, so they're working. Very funny, Dean. Very funny. So, Chanel Harris-Tavita will take the tap. I take it Jazz Tavanga has failed his HIA, right? Ollie, I don't know when the vid on R360 is. I'll be honest, for main channel videos, I've got exams. I really need to do uni work. But there is something cool that's coming that I'm hoping to make into a main channel video, so. RS show, that's way too close to call. So Payne Haas tackled 6 again. This is a great chance for Toa Samoa, the best that they've had so far in this game. Let's see how much Leaguie puts himself on this set. Talangi does get tackled there. Okay, that's all right though, still only on the second. I do want to see how Jerome Leaguie takes control here. He's got the ball in his hands now, goes across to find Payne Haas. Had a little bit of a hole in front of him. That's not bad at all. Yes, I'm surprised the stadium wasn't sold out there. Alfred? Oh, and the pass went wayward and New Zealand had the ball. Simi Sasangi did not manage that one very well at all. That wasn't great. And I will say, I mean, you see halfbacks take more control towards the final few plays in a set like that. You often see a lot of settlers taken in the early few tackles, but the management wasn't great. Management wasn't outstanding. Thoughts on the downfall of Yugoslavia? Honestly, I saw it coming. I think as soon as Yugoslavia basically got together as a federation, were they a federation? As a nation? It was doomed from the start. Doomed from the start. Ollie, absolutely is. So we've had 5.5 minutes gone left in the second half. I don't know if maybe some people just aren't back from halftime, but the stadium looks even more empty, which sucks. Should be sold out. To'o with a run now. It's nice to see him and Jerome Leaguie on the same side again. Very, very cool. Run here from Dean Mariner, grand final try scorer. Molo was putting their hands up in the air saying, "No, sir, I am not involved. I am not involved." Hello, other Ollie. We've got 2 Ollies here. Where's Reckless Ollie? I've got a lot of Ollies in my little community. So on the 4th here, Leaguie across to find Simi Sasangi, the man who played 5/8 for the Raiders against the Cronulla Sharks as they were knocked out. The man who was still listed as a 9th player on NRL.com. Leaguie with a kick from 40 meters out there. It's a high bomb. It's being chased, but not enough. And Asako catches that easily. Will they force him over the sideline? They're thinking about it. No, he's not going to be able to go all that distance. It's been a cagey affair. It's been a cagey affair. I will say I think the scoreline perhaps flatters Samoa slightly. Just in the sense that they tried through, was it Sasangi who scored? I think it was. Was very, very fluky. The execution isn't quite there. And I do feel that is a common theme a lot with some of these islander nations. Lots of talent, but often the execution isn't quite there. So, Cooked Footy says, "I'm going to kidnap you." Best of luck, sir. You couldn't if you tried, mate. You couldn't if you tried. Terry, I have watched a union game. To be honest, I've watched maybe 5 rugby union games in my life. I understand the game. I know the fundamental differences between the 2 codes. And I just think in every single area of difference, it makes rugby league better. So, actually, that's not true. The only thing that they have over us is scrums. Scrums, definitely, they're better. But that's the only thing. So, Cooked Footy says, "Why? What do you have that will stop me?" Knowledge as to where I am. Pretty important. Alfred says, "I'm from Chile and Union is taking its presence here. Last month they sold out their match against Samoa." Yes, it's got a presence in South America. I mean, obviously you'd know Argentina, Uruguay. These are established rugby union countries. So it makes sense that Chile, bordering Argentina, has that level of influence. It's a shame that we're not minded towards that. That was a bit more of a tough kick there for Jermaine Asako, but he has got it. Samoa have managed to wrestle back field position though. They've had New Zealand coming out of their own end the last couple of sets. So, Cook Footy, I ain't even on the ANU campus. If you were a real Leaguie fan, you would know that this is my Sydney room. So, Canberra isn't that big, bro, we'll find you. And the thing that's going to make it easier for you to find me is that I always walk around in a green suit. So like, just look for a man in a green suit, basically. Knock on there, Britain Nicaragua. Here come Samoa. The crowd go up. The crowd is Samoan. The crowd is literally Samoan. It's properly Samoan. Terry says Chile had a game against Leinster a few years back. I'll be honest, I thought for the longest time that Leinster was a misspelling of Leicester, like Leicester City. But anyway. Talangi tackled there by Nelson. The sideline beckons, but he finds the ground. That's good. Okay, 3 tackles left here for Toa Samoa. Or in fact, it's 4. They changed the tackle count very quickly. Sua with a run. Luai gets a second opportunity here. How can he put his imprint on this set? That's a slow ball there from dummy half. That wouldn't have helped them. They'll take another settler, I think. Sasangi runs himself. Did well not to give away an obstruction there. Did very well. Luai finds Tuivasa-Sheck. Can't find anything. Will he find a good kick there on the last here, Jerome Luai? Harris-Savita gives it to Luai. Little grabber in behind. It's trying to find Tungo. Will force a dropout. Not bad. Not bad result. Cooked Footy says, that's the point. I'll set up a campsite until you come back to ANU. Then I'll follow you to your dorm room. Then I'll kidnap you. That's the plan. Okay, dude. You have fun. You have fun. I did not see the Chilean crowd, actually, Alfred. I'll have to have a look at that because that's the kind of thing that very much interests me, for sure. Geez, tackled in opposition half, opening 10 minutes of the second half, 20 for Samoa. Oh, we got a penalty here. It's Nafahu White, not my Pookie Bear. They've come out of half-time properly passionate here, the Samoans. Yeah, there's no wrapping motion there for Nafahu. RS, I'm gonna say maybe not. Dean, Grandpa Choker ain't in this world no more. So, unfortunately, no. Sasangi with a run up beyond the 20 here. You get the sense something is building. What a run there from Payne Haas. That's very, very good. If he can get a quick play of the ball, that should be good. He can't really. Crossing did well to wrap him up. Luai has the ball now. Across to find Talangi. They're spreading it out here to the right. Tuivasa-Sheck finds Tungo. Does get it offload away. Oh, this would be spectacular. I don't think he's claiming it. I don't think Talangi's claiming it. But Mario Talangi has had an opportunity here to score. Jesus, the voice. I need that water. Opportunity to score. I don't think he's grounded it. This would be spectacular. They kind of forced this one. Yeah, I mean, he's not got the... You know what? That's a lot closer than I thought he was. That is heaps closer than I thought he was. He hasn't got it. It's a no try, but that is heaps closer than I thought it was. Ollie, I'm not going to go to Allegiance. No. No, not this year. Oh, next year. Hopefully the year after. But I'm going to go to Magic Round, and that I am looking forward to, for sure. So, yes. If New Zealand win, you wear a South jersey. If Samoa win, you wear a Rabbitohs jersey. Let me think of those odds. I mean, I've already worn a South jersey on camera. And I ain't ever doing it again. So. Cool Footy, my weekend has been outstanding. A stream yesterday. Doing my university essay till 3 in the morning. Sleeping for 4 hours. Getting on a bus up to Sydney. And now I'm streaming again. It's been so good. So good. Thank you, Magnetic. I disagree that I'm the greatest YouTuber. Dark Viprayer is a better YouTuber than me. So is Friendly Geordie. But aside from that, I might be number 3. We don't know this. Actually, Galaxy Footy. I'm definitely number 4. So on the 4th, Crossland goes out to find, well, now it's Kieran Foran with the ball in his hands. There's Nikoro. That's a good run there. Tackled there by Payne Haas. The ruling is a penalty for Samoa. I thought it was high contact. I heard the whistle. I thought it was high contact. And I saw Junior Paulo react passionately. And I thought, geez, that's not an appropriate way to react to conceding a penalty, turning towards the referee. But Nelson Asafa-Solomona gives away a penalty there through obstruction. Penalty Toa Samoa. Toa Samoa. Toa Samoa. I love it. I love the soundbite. Expert Ollie says, what about me, Leaguie? What about me and Tiger? You guys are, you know, maybe up there. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. So it's Chile versus Samoa crowd. I'll have a look. I was going to say I'll have a look after the stream. I'll have a look now. Normally I don't do this. But I can see if I can get like a picture up. It does look pretty cool. I'll put a picture up on the screen. Okay, well that's all of the pixels. But anyway, you can see that's a good crowd. That is a good crowd. Anyway, on the 3rd. I want to say as well, thank you for tuning in from Chile. I'm assuming you're actually in Chile right now. That is crazy that anyone is watching me from Chile, but I'm very, very, very flattered. Sorry about the soundbite if it was too loud. My bad, my bad. Kick there for a while. That ball kind of floated. Weirdly, it's bouncing around the Angola. Is it knock on Samoa? No. It's going to say that was knocked back by New Zealand. Well, they're going to review it. They're going to have the opportunity to review it. At least. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to edit the sound. I'm trying to make it a little bit quieter. They will challenge. We're going to have a captain's challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so no, they've not put in a challenge. Okay, I've just made that Samoa soundbar a little bit quieter now. Make it louder? No. Leaguie has the stadium in his house. That is not true. I wish that I lived in a stadium. That would be so cool. Richard says from Mexico, I wish we had League up here. That, wow. Why on earth, respectfully, I mean this with so much love, why are you watching Rugby League in Mexico? How did this happen? I'm so glad you are. But yeah, how have you come across our beautiful game? Terry, that's where you're wrong. I'm not a big time Rugby League reporter. Yet. On the last, 25.5 minutes left to go in this game. Kick here from Kieran Foran and the attacking 40. It's a good bomb. Toa's tracking backwards. It was very well placed in the corner, actually. And Toa will be forced to come out of his own end there. Yeah, he's trapped inside 10, close to the sideline. How's Toa win? Maybe when I actually own my own property, or at least rent in my own property. Oh, Jesus, that was awful there from Blaise Lungi. They've done very well to get away with that. But my God, that could have given away a try easily. Tungo's now got a little bit of space in front of him. That's a good run in the end, but it was terrible execution. What's your course in uni? Law and economics. 2 courses, 2 degrees. Okay, Luai gets it. Now ball to Jeremiah Nene. Did very well not to knock it on. He initially did, but he caught the ball before it hit the ground. Asavita in a dummy half. Across to find Blaise Talangi. Puts a bomb up. Underneath this is Ronaldo Mulatalo. Mulatalo, nearly gave us a bit of a moon there, but gave a beautiful ball away. Oh, Jaden Sewer is down. I think it's not Sewer. Who is it? We've got a player down for the count here. Atamariota it is. Casey McLean got the better of him by far, and he dropped to the ground like a sack of potatoes. Oh, it's the shoulder, sorry, the hip to the head, and Atamariota straight to the ground. That you hate to see. Lorenzo, I ain't opening my closet. Because you'll get to see the contraband, the illegal substances, the weaponry, the counterfeit cash, Now I'm just naming GTA Online businesses that I have in there. You said we'd get a room tour at 10K. I did say that. I promised many things at 10K. I think you will get a room tour at 10K, but not this room. And it's not 10K yet. And my room tour at 10K will basically be just me doing this around my room because it's very small. Alfred says, I also studied economics. What are some job opportunities? Well, I don't know. I'm just going to apply to whatever there is. No sleeping on the field? I can't, well. That man isn't a dress. That is unreal. That man is my spirit animal. Absolute spirit animal. Yeah. I'm not one to make light of concussion whatsoever. It's a blight on the game. It's terrible. You hate to see it happen. And it's nice to see the crowd in moments like this, but the fact that we've had such a stoppage and I can see Mariotta still on the ground and they've got the stretcher out now. Horrendous scene. Horrendous. I'm not opening the closet. No, never. Alfred, I definitely don't want to become an economics teacher. God, no. God, no. That is one job I won't be applying to. I'll probably just do like some government job or something. Or, depends if I can monetize this enough. Who knows? Who knows? Who's hurt? Ata Mariotta. Concussed. Quite badly. Whale says, watching from Narnia, can you pull up the Hogwarts versus Durmstrang crowd? That is a very funny parody comment. Very funny. Say hi to that lion for me, by the way. Travel vlogs? God, no. I apologize, Dean of Travel. But, I mean, as you probably know, travel vlogs just take so long to edit. Any vlogs take so long to edit. I'm going to the Pacific Championships final. And there's going to be people saying you should do a match day vlog. I ain't doing a match day vlog. I'll do like a little short one, but I ain't doing like a big one, like a main channel video. Just not a good use of my time. Sports agent could be. I need to see if I have enough connections there. Ollie says, what's a good thing to ask you for when I record some stuff at the Pacific Championships? Credit card number and those cheeky 3 numbers on the back. If you ask nicely enough, I might give them to you. We have now seen a lot of highlights after a lot of crowd shots and the horizon in the distance. I am very, very concerned for Ata Mariotta. I'm incredibly concerned for Ata Mariotta. Terry says, what do you think of Carter Gordon finishing with the Titans? It's hard because did he play first grade? I think he might have played 1 or 2 games. I know he played Queensland Cup, obviously. It's disappointing. I had pretty high expectations. I hoped it could be good, but when you're a guy in his positions, the Titans is like the worst place to be. So, what you do a week in the life vlog? My life is not that interesting. Are you drinking 1 liter of lemonade? No, in fairness, it is in a lemonade kind of bottle, but this is just water. Again, we just went through all of the highlight reels and now we're back on crowd shots. And he's still down. Oh my days. This is a tremendous concern. This is a real big concern. I'm not jumping to any conclusions here, but I was saying, you know, just earlier in this game, talking about R360, every single time you take the field of rugby league, it could be your last. You never know. Horrendous injuries can happen in this game. It's a physical sport. It's a car crash every tackle. So let this be a reminder, I would say, a reminder of the realities of our game. Lorenzo, how the hell have you guessed that? That's actually unreal. Ollie, what did you clip me for? What did you clip me for? We're up to 900 again? Let's go. Let's go. I could see on Twitch, Sufmate said, show the game, please. No. How about I don't commit crime on live stream? Hello, Rex. Leg merch when? Probably next year. Probably next. In fact, like, that's definitely the plan next year. I'm going to have a chat to other creators who have done similar stuff, like Retro Rugby League, like Guru. I think some of those guys should be able to guide me a bit. Oh, little Raiders fan. Adorable. Ah. Stadiums in France? What's the stadiums in France? Okay. Okay. Stade de France. That's all I know. Parc de France. Orange Vélodrome. Stade Charlotte. Paris FC. That's where we're at right now. That's where we're at right now. Allianz Riviera, Nice. He's still down. He's still down. I honestly don't think I know one Irish stadium. I know it's Croke Park in Dublin, but I don't think that's a stadium. I think that's a park. I just know that because Oasis played there. I'm growing more worried with every second look. I don't know if it's just precautions needing to take place. I don't know how much the duration of time to get a player off the field really influences the amount of, the extent of the severity. But this is, I don't think I've seen a player take this long since Cordy Harawira-Naira, who, for those of you who don't know, had a seizure on field. I am not saying that that's what's happened here. Please, I'm the furthest thing from a medical expert, but they haven't even got him off the ground yet. Yeah, Up the Milk says, last time I saw a stoppage this bad was Corey. Yeah, yeah. Noel or Liam? Noel, every day of the week. Like, miles ahead of Liam. I worship the ground that Noel Gallagher walks on. Liam Gallagher is a good singer. Noel Gallagher is one of the greatest songwriters to have ever lived. So, Sadio Louis 2, that's where Catalans plays, right? This is a concern. This is a concern. Ollie says, no jokes, this is bad. I hope he's okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Ollie, feel free to send it to me. I'll see it later. NRI says, streaming all the games next week. I don't see why not. This won't be relevant to all of you, but there's a good chance that the Tuesday Red Dead Redemption stream won't happen. Either it won't happen, or it will be brought earlier by an hour and go half an hour shorter. I have an event at 7:30 that I need to be at. So, Ollie says, make a jersey type thing for the Leaguie channel's main cast in games. I'll buy the cast one, trust. Also, don't make it too expensive, we're broke. Well, yeah, this is the thing. Jerseys are very expensive to make. But yeah, I would love to. I would love to. I wouldn't do a cast one, but I do like, you know, a green and white Leaguie jersey for sure. I would love to be able to sell green blazers. That'd be so cool. But anyway, that'd be so cool. He might have hurt his spine. It could be a spinal fracture. Could be. I mean, pure speculation, but that's all we have. We're about to get ready to go. That was a halftime break. That was a real halftime break. The game is readjusted now. The Benayoalu's been activated. Okay, so that means that Jazz has failed his HIA. So Jazz did fail HIA, and Benayoalu comes on. That's going to be big for them because Benaya should be able to play hooker now. Lorenzo says, the 100 people who were meant to die on Tuesday now breathe a sigh of relief. Well, no, I'll probably do like a makeup stream. Like if, not me doing makeup, making up for that missed stream. I'd probably stream Thursday and then also Friday. Rex says, yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if he just didn't come back on the field due to tactical reasons. So. Thoughts on playing hookers? Playing hookers is fine. So is paying hookers, actually. Don't take that from me, though. It's much better than not. Anyway. Is the event for YouTube or uni? Uni. Do a makeup stream, you look pretty. I look pretty anyway. Hey, or what's that insinuation that I'm not a pretty boy? I think I'm a pretty boy. Except, no, not with this 5 o'clock shadow. Geez, 152 run meters, Payne Haas. Unreal so far, with still a quarter of the game left to go. Davy Lodge event? Maybe. Could be. Is that a knock on there from Nene? No, it was not. Good run. Harris Savita. So, Yolo's still not come on to play hooker yet. Luai was tackled there after kicking. That could be a penalty. Yep. Bang. Penalty Toa Samoa. Rex says, Leaguie penalty. Do it. It's a penalty. Yes, thank you, Rex. I too am watching the game. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Up the milk, that is a violation of a comment, but thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. Okay, so the teams have come together here. I think Payne Haas has taken exception to his little halfback being hit late. He's pointing. He's pointing. He's pointing and shouting. Let's go. Give it to him, Payne. Give it to him. Kurt20 says we should have a music standoff. What is a music standoff specifically? Look at that. Sorry, Tarpany, I need to step back for this. Tarpany just went, wee. Wee. That's brilliant. He just did a little cosplay of a Jerome Luai. That's unreal. Wee. No, don't take the 2, Tiger. Don't take the... Oh, you're from New Zealand. That's why you wanted to take the 2. My bad. Okay, 22 and a half minutes left. 4 points is the margin. Let's see if someone will take the lead here. Come on, just for the culture. For the culture. Ollie, I can't grow mutton chops like that. Maybe 20k. I've committed to too many things for 10k. Paolo with the ball in his hands. Goes to find Blaze Talangi. Now, that's very stagnant attack. Very stagnant attack. But anyway. On the second now, Talangi will play it. Harris Savita is in a dummy half. He goes right to find Junior Paolo. That's a good run there. Jekyll Crookside did very, very well to tackle him. But they're looking okay here. Harris Savita finds Roger Silvassa-Shek. Pass to Tungo. They've got numbers for the corner. And he will score this time here. He will score this time, Murray Talangi. Bang! We're going to review it. I've gone off a bit early. We are going to review it. Peter Goff has no try. It was unconventional. Did he like dummy the put down or something? Oh, he's not stepped over the sideline, has he? Oh. I've gone off too early. I've gone off too early. No. Penalty, Toa Samoa, high contact after McLean went out. The international rulings do allow for a major incident to overrule a minor incident. It's true. It's true. I think I've already pressed the button, but anyway. Oh, that man was either very happy or very unhappy. Either way, he was very extreme in his emotions. Okay. Samoa get the ball. They're kicking it to touch. I don't know what the point of that is, but anyway. Here we go. They've had a lot of attacking ball in the opening 20 minutes of this second half. I actually said that before. Ines said it, by the way. You can really hear the crowd now. You can really hear it. Now they've got numbers. They've got numbers here. Mariner dummies, goes himself, steps back inside. He doesn't get an offload away in the end there. Tarpany did well to tackle him. That was good. That was probably the best that they've shown today. Rex is dominating the chat. Where's the rest of you? There's 30 people here. Come on, let's go. Let's go. 30 on YouTube. Another 8 on Twitch. I don't often ask for engagement, but we got to see the people. Up the milk, I also don't think it was high from chance, but I'm happy with the decision because I want Samoa to win this. Talangi goes out to Roger Silvassa-Sheck. There's players falling in the defensive line, so he just has to take a tackle. Again, another kind of stagnant one. So, Talangi across to find Paolo. Ball plays. Doesn't find Luai. Nanai gets an offload away. It's knocked down by New Zealand. And again, the execution is not there for Samoa. It really isn't there. Dean has donated $3. Sorry, let me put that back up on screen. Because no one's done this yet, is what he said. Thank you, Dean. I appreciate the $3. I massively appreciate it. Thank you. The execution is I need to note it down. Execution of Samoa, way off. I want to see when they get Benayoelo on the field, because it could allow them, if they can get Benayo onto the field, get Harris Tavia out of that hooking position, it could allow them to get another ball player. It feels like that's their issue right now. Junior Paulo's playing front row. Sorry, he's playing lock. And he's an okay ball player, but he's not that link man that New Zealand will have in an Aaron Clark, for example. So, League, you can feed 1/10 of your family. I mean, it just depends how cheaply I want to do it. You can buy, I think it's $1 from Coles, pasta. Another $1 pasta sauce. And some tuna. I can feed the family with that. I can feed the family. Tungo knocks the ball on and is not really baying for a challenge or anything. That's, I think I agree with Blocker Roach here. It feels like Samoa have been dominating this second half, the first half of the second half. Now they're going to give field position right back to New Zealand. Let me have a look at the territory stats, actually. This will be interesting. I feel like it has been Samoa dominant in the second half. Second half, 76% territory Samoa. %76% second half territory Samoa, first 20 minutes of second half. And 57% possession. To contrast that, in the first half, it was a flip. It was 67% Kiwis. So Samoa have come out and really played a much more dominant style of footy, but the points are not on the board. The points are not on the board. Fundamentally, I don't know if you guys have watched Rugby League in the past, but like the ideal strategy to win a game is scoring points. They should know that. They should know that in all due respect. Look at that, second half tackled in opposition 20, 19-0. That is not true, actually. That's an incorrect stat, based on what they said earlier, but anyway. So, forward, across to find Dylan Brown, now Isaiah Papali'i, tackled just about 10 meters out. Geez, it would be an absolute cutthroat move if New Zealand were to score here. Tarpany will get an offload away to find Nickel Klukstad. Now forward. Oh, Mariner came up for the intercept and he has collected Chance. He's touched the ball, knocked it forward, but Chance is on the ground here and he is in a bad, bad way. He's in a bad, bad way here. Dean's donated again to make sure Tiger doesn't win like the past 20. Let's see. Oh, it's a little slap in the face. It was weird. He put the arm out to try and like intercept the ball. Goffer said, Kieran, stop. Stop, Kieran. Kieran, stop. Stop. Kieran. 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 Stop it. Kieran, please stop. Kieran, I'm begging. I'm begging you, Kieran. For the love of God. Stop. I need to hear what they're saying to me, Kieran. Kieran. Okay, high contact. High contact. I'm incredibly hungry. I'm just, Dean, I'm quoting Peter Goff. Kieran Foran was protesting. Chance has got to go off for a HIA. So that will mean if he passes it, he's only going to come back for the last 2.5 minutes. Alfred says, Rugby League is run by Union in South Africa. Do you trust them? I mean, just because you're a Rugby Union fan doesn't mean you're not trustworthy, but are you saying that the South African Rugby League Federation is run by the Rugby Union Federation? Okay, here we go. Up the Milk says, can you answer all these questions? Saints or Bears? Is that New Orleans Saints and Chicago Bears? In which case, New Orleans Saints. Browns or Fins? Okay, so it is. Browns or Fins? Browns. Chiefs or Raiders? Raiders. Vikings or Eagles? Vikings. Panthers or Jets? Panthers. Pats or Titans? Pats. Broncos or Giants? Giants. Colts or Chargers? Chargers. Packers or Cardinals? Cardinals. Commanders or Cowboys? Commanders. I know my NFL. No mention of Jacksonville Jaguars. So New Zealand got a penalty, and Jermaine Osako was going to put them 6 points in front here. With 17 minutes left to go in the game, I don't mind it. I don't mind it as a call. Yes, a cake. I do think that Samoa can win. It's a converted try, the margin. The only issue is that Samoa's execution has been so poor in the second half in attack. So, thoughts on the Mount Gravatt under 12s? Overrated. Leaguie, why do you hate Brisbane so much? He wasn't asking about Brisbane Broncos. He was asking about Denver Broncos. NRL Girlie says, I might be going to the Toa Samoa game next weekend. I hope you do. That is, I said earlier, my favorite fixture in all of rugby league, and at Suncorp, it's going to be outstanding. You will never forget that experience if you go to the game. You will never forget it. Vincent, hello. How are you, my good sir? All right. So New Zealand coming out of their end now, and Blocker Roach rightly identified. So did I, by the way. Not that I'm a rugby league analyst or anything. The knock on, it was by Isaac Tonga, could be a turning point. That, you know, they marched down the field, and that caused the penalty for New Zealand for the high contact. Now, suddenly there's 15 and a half minutes left. It's not a heap of time, and New Zealand are coming out of their own end. It's enough. You know, the difference is a converted try, but when you look at field position dominance, I get the feeling that, physically speaking, that New Zealand are about to give us a little bit of a stint here. Beautiful little offload away. Tarpany's through. He gets an offload back to Dylan Brown now, who gets away from a few. Can't get another offload away himself, though. We'll get a very quick play of the ball. The Toa Samoa defense is at 6s and not the other number, because you guys would have blown up if I said that. I nearly did. Good take, though, for Brian To'o. Good take. Up the Milk says, should I wake up at 1:30 to watch United and Vikings, or wake up at 3 for just the Vikings? I would never, ever endorse someone unironically waking up at 1:30 to watch Manchester United. Dude, watch Sunderland, dude. Sunderland, I know you beat us, but like, watch Sunderland. Way better. Way better. Kick from inside the 40, it's not even a 40-30. It took a pretty bad bounce, but anyway, that's not the option in hindsight. Thoughts on the Brisbane Broncos? It's actually kind of funny. I was listening to the Bloke in a Bar podcast. You should listen, by the way. It's a good podcast. I assume you all know that podcast. And it was a Rugby League Guru. This was like a year ago, saying that sort of every year, the best team that year ends up being the Premiers. And I think that's true. Back to as early as I started really following the NRL, 2013. I think every Premier was the best that season. I think this year that wasn't the case. The Broncos were absolutely the best team in the final series. But I think that they've bucked that trend, and I find that impressive, and I find it to be comforting and reassuring going into future final series that, like, it's not just going to be the teams at the top that win. I know literally Broncos finished top 4, but like, they were a inconsistent team for much of the season. So yeah. Ghost hunt in Canberra? There ain't no ghosts in Canberra. It is a bit of a ghost town sometimes, but there ain't no ghosts in Canberra. They're kicking towards Brian To'o for sure. They are really seeing him as a target, but he's dealing with everything they're throwing at him. Swear words? I don't think I said a swear word. Yeah, I said before, I don't want to talk too much about the Premier League. So, yeah. Broncos fans are passionate and long-suffering. Tungo's got through. Now Talangi's got it. Steps back inside Brown. Oh, was that a potentially high contact? Joe Tapani came across and did very, very well there, the big front rower, to stop that line break. Talangi now across to find Paolo. Luai's got the ball in his hands. Doesn't pass, runs himself. Holds the ball. Up the milk, I'm going to say that it's 7. Tuivasa-Sheck doesn't quite break through, but tackled there eventually by Phoenix Crossland. Yoelu is on now, so they've waited until 12.5 minutes to go to bring on Benaya. Big pass out wide. Tango has touched it. Has he knocked it on? No, it's still the last. Talangi kicks for himself, but Dylan Brown has got that. To be honest, there's nothing more Dylan Brown could have done. Sorry, Murray Talangi could have done. But once more, fifth tackle options. Fifth tackle options, super poor. Whenever Samoa got a bit of momentum. What's the current minute? There's a clock. We've got a little clock in the chat now. Kieran Foran across to find Dylan Brown. Now big hit there. The ball has come free. Papali'i has knocked it on. Play on. Blaise Talangi has got the ball. He threatened to go the length of the field there. Very briefly, but New Zealand reacted well to it. Here we go. 0 tackle on the halfway line. Tango, he owes his Samoan side a good moment or two. Ollie, do I need to do that? Sorry, reckless Ollie. Do I need to do that right now? Or... That's an outrageous comment from Expert Ollie. I literally did not swear. Although I did in the Discord yesterday. But that was because it was funny. Oh. Right, sorry. Got it. Okay. Payne Haas with a run. Over the 10-meter line. 2 tackles left here. 10 meters out. Haas plays it. Yoelu finds Paolo. Out the back, we'll find Jerome Luai. No kick in behind. I thought he might go for it. Tuivasa-Sheck finds Brian To'o. Nothing doing there. Goes back towards the inside of the field. We'll take a little settler. That was potentially high contact there from Joe Tapani. No penalty given. Held on the last. It wasn't forceful, in fairness. It wasn't forceful. Luai gets it on the last. He doesn't kick. Gives it to Talangi. They're going to go through the hands here. Tango gives it out to Talangi now. Surely he scores. Murray Talangi has scored. Finally, it took half an hour for Toa Samoa to get their first try of the second half. And at the third time of asking, Murray Talangi. International Rugby League has landed. Look at that crowd. Look at the Samoan flags. 18 points to 16 it is. Take that one off him, boys. Take that one off him. Toa Samoa on top, baby. Tackle from Jaden Silver on Isaiah Papali'i. Talangi did very well to grab the ball and take advantage of that already because that generated the forward momentum. Tungo ran it up on the next set. Then on that last, look, to be honest, I think I'm disappointed that Luai didn't get to a kick, but it worked out again. It worked out again. They went out, they spread the ball, found Talangi. Defensive lack of cohesion there. Casey McLean had to rush up. Mulatalo was covering back on the inside. And look at the Samoan flags. Huge kick coming up to give us a blockbuster final 10 minutes of this game. To be honest, look, even if he misses, it's still a blockbuster last 10 minutes of this game where the next scorer, if there is to be a next scorer, will win this game. I ain't looking at the chat because some of you know ahead of me. So I ain't looking at the chat. I ain't looking. But Blaise Talangi, not necessarily a renowned goal kicker, to my knowledge. I want to look that up actually. Blaise Talangi. I can picture him kicking for Para. But I don't think he kicked at all this year. No, he did not kick a single NRL goal this year. In fact, he has never kicked in the NRL. There we go. That's what I thought. All right. It's a very, very tough kick for Blaise. The pressure of a nation is on him right now. We'll see what he can come up with. The Penrith Panthers, 5'8", the man who replaced Jerome Luai at that club, who he now lines up alongside in the blue jersey of Toa Samoa. He's kicked 2 from 2 tonight. This one's from the sideline to level up this game against the big brothers in New Zealand. It's on their territory, but the crowd is full of Samoans. The crowd is willing this one over. A very, very tough kick for Blaise. He can see it through. He's putting the visions together. He approaches it. He hits it. He's got it. He's got the conversion. Toa Samoa here, baby. 18 points all. What a kick. That's, I don't know if it was just the fact that I hyped it up a lot, but what a kick that was. What a kick that was. 18 points all. 8 minutes, 47 seconds on the clock. International Rugby League. These are the contests we need to be having. These are the contests we need to be having. What a strike from Blaze to Leaguie. Blaze has never kicked in the NRL. What a clutch moment. For 18 all. Oh, that's a big kickoff run. Everything that they've done up until this point, nullified. This game has 8.5 minutes to take place across level terms. Samoa have dominated this second half, but they haven't been able to put points on the board. Do you think it's field goal time? Benaya out of dummy half. There we go. That's my boy. That's my boy, Benaya Elu. Nanai's in at dummy half. On the fourth, they're only 40 meters out from their own line, so a good run hit from Payne Haas would be important. He does well, scatters a few of them, gets a quick play of the ball. Luai will kick it here on the last, you would think. Yes, he does get it. He's under pressure, though. He does step back inside, puts a little short kick in behind. Talangi's got it. Oh, they've let a try go begging. Oh, it was there. Blaze Talangi would have given it to Dean Mariner, and that could have been the win. Oh, it was beautiful from Jerome Luai. Got away from the marker. Little kick in behind. Blaze Talangi, it was a bounce from heaven. Just threw it too hard at Dean Mariner. He would have been clean away. He would have been clean away. Oh.
On the verge of mucking it up again.
Damn it. The Leaguie will get a noise complaint from his rooms. I mean, it's just the rest of my family. I think they're okay with it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. They're playing with my heart. They're playing with my heart. Honestly. All right. Anyway, gotta refocus. There's 7 minutes 20 left. That's a great run from Joe Tapine. They're now up to Samoa's 40 here on the third tackle. Brown up to the 30 on the fourth tackle. Crossland in at dummy half. We'll look to give it across to find his front rower there, and James Fisher-Harris now finds 4, and out the back, Isako is playing fullback in the absence of Charles Cookstad. Tackled there on the fourth is Matt Tibico. 1 more to go in the set. 4 in. We'll put a kick across field to try and find, it's towards the center of the field. It's been caught there. No way. No way. Dylan Brown has scored this. I think he has. 6.5 minutes to go. New Zealand have had no attacking ball. They have had no attacking ball.
That's not a try, that's a miracle!
I'm obviously extremely disappointed. I really wanted to see Samoa win this game. They still can, it's not over. But what a moment that was. Dylan Brown goes up for it. It's him and Blaze Talangi. Roger Vasashek wasn't around. I thought that the post might have got in his way here, but he was celebrating it for sure. He reaches around the post. I think that's okay. I mean, well, I have to see if there's a double movement. The post rotates. The post rotates. That seems short to, well, we don't know. It could be a case of go with the referee's call. Could be a case of go with the referee's call, which was a try. Yeah. I think you have to go with a live decision in these instances. I think you do. Blocker Roach is adamant that it's a double movement here. He's adamant. I think the post rotates, and I've never seen that. I don't think there's any conclusive evidence to say that's not on the line. And I want this to be overturned, but I don't think you can. Try confirmed. Try confirmed. Try confirmed. That wasn't enough to overturn that. That wasn't enough. This kick will be converted from right in front. Samoa still have the opportunity. 5.5 minutes to go. Go a short kickoff. They can still score this. The only thing is that they've only managed one try in this entire second half. It'd be a bit of a miracle if they hit 2 bang bang like that. But we'll see. Isako from in front. Expat Ollie is extremely happy that the former Parramatta boy does it. Oi, he ain't yours no more. Get over your ex. It's not a good look. You're all about Josh Papali now. Josh Papali. Rex, you are lying to me. Oh, well, I did in the Discord, but like, that's not the first time that's happened. Pokemaster says, I'm loving this as a Knights fan. You would be, wouldn't you? Nickel Coolsat is back on the field. Yeah, so, wow, hang on. Oh, unless 15, yes, of course, sorry, 15 minutes of real time has passed. Not game time. Danny says, I'm depressed. It's a rough one, but your boys have been super competitive. Am I correct in remembering that this was 50-0 last year or something? That was an outrageous scoreline. Oh no, sorry, 2023 it must have been. Yeah, 2023, Kiwis beat Toa Samoa 50-0. In fairness, very different team, but still, 50-0. Oh no, Jaden Sewer's now down. If only Terrell May was playing. You do wonder with New Zealand, I think, having won much of the physical battle in the first half. Anyway. Ollie, this has been a brilliant test match. A very, very good test match. Next week, Tonga and Samoa is going to be mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I'm looking forward to that more than I've ever looked forward to like an Origin game, for example. It's going to be incredible. To think, rugby league's about moments, guys. I tell you that all the time, and that was a moment. That was a moment that would have won the game, you'd have to say. Otherbook says, this game's only knock is it's been way too start-stop, even without any real ref involvement. Yeah, that's been down to, a couple of concussions, a couple of errors. It has gone for quite some time, but yeah, you can't blame Peter Goff for that necessarily. Oh. So this would, I think, not confirm New Zealand to be in the final, because they could still lose to Tonga. I think you'd need Samoa to beat Tonga and then Tonga to beat New Zealand for that not to happen, which is quite possible. But they've got 1 foot in the final now if they win this. Did you think golden point? I didn't. I thought we might have a field goal to win it though. Still, 4.5 minutes left. There's one score in it. This is not over. It's just that Samoa are on the wrong end of the field. So. Mariner up over the 30-meter line. Benayoelu is in that dummy half. Plays it. Now across to find Jeremiah Nene. Tackled there by Phoenix Cross. And that's a good run from the back rower. That's a great run. Up to the halfway line. Halfway through the set. Yoelu, they have to shift it now. Luai, they will shift it now. Talangi gives it out the back. Oh, Tuivasa-Sheck hit hard by rushing up Jermaine Isako. That was brilliant. Ollie, I disagree that New Zealand should take the field goal. It's a risk. Not with 3.5 minutes left to go in the game. Don't give away the 7 tackle set. Haas gets it on the last. Now for Luai. Will he put a kick in? He won't. Talangi also does it. Mariner across the 5. To'o's knocked it on. Oh, it's a comedy of errors. It's a comedy of errors for Toa Samoa. They would have had to kick it from the sideline, but my goodness. Mariner got it, gave it across here. It was way too high in the air, Dean Mariner. The pass was wrong. The pass was all wrong. Mariner had 2 moments to win the game. Pass to To'o at the end was too high. Rugby League's about moments. But boy, Samoa versus Tonga next week. A big thing is the fact that Samoa have got this game in. When you talk about them blowing out cobwebs in terms of execution, there's every chance Tonga do that next week. I hope that Tonga hit the ground running and we get to see both sides at their best. But wow. Wow. I am genuinely starving right now. Oh my days. Okay, 2.5 minutes left to go. Kieran Foran puts a kick up over the top. To'o will try and catch it. He does. But with 2 minutes 20 left, this could be their last full set. In fact, it probably will be their last full set. And they're coming out of their own end. Mariner does not make much ground there and is tackled there by James Fisher-Harris. Big tackle there from the big boy. Big tackle from the big captain. Dean says you need some protein. Probably true. All I've had today is a bread roll. 2 bread rolls, actually. They were big bread rolls, in fairness. Thoughts on To'o, greatest winger of this generation. So Sungy with a run there. Nothing doing. We'll play it here. On the 4th, they've got to fire a shot in this play. They've got to spread it. Luai does. Oh, he gets in behind, but there was no support there. He's tackled on the 4th. He's barking the orders here. Talangi puts a chip over the top. Oh, that could work. Tap back, but no. The bounce of the ball has gone the way of the New Zealand Kiwis today. And Isako has the ball. 1.5 minutes left to go. Isako is hurt his leg here. The key thing with that, the fact they didn't put a long distance kick in, is that as well, this ball is going to be turned over right on Samoa's line. They'll get the ball back. They won't get a full set. They'll get it back though. Luai is not happy. Luai's having to go at Nafahu White here. Nafahu is just smiling at him. And now Josh Papali'i is giving it to him. Protecting his little halfback. Not Nafahu. Nafahu White's a legend of a player. You say To'o's the best winger of the generation. Have you forgotten about Jed Stewart? Jed Stewart, as the French commentator said. That's fair. That's fair, Ollie. But I just don't think there's enough time left to make it worth the protection. Crossland across to find Brown. Well, now they're going through the hands. 40 seconds left on the last here. Wild offload. Fisher-Harris now will find Crossland. They're soaking up time here. That's the key thing. Leota in behind. Gets another offload for Crossland. These are plays that are sinking here for Samoa. White does a kick. Timoko gets it. Knocked on. Oh, it was backwards off Samoa. So Tuivasa-Sheck does have to get out of his own end here. Tungo, now they're spreading it. They're going to have a go on this play. Papali'i gets it. We're not going to pass away. They will have 10 seconds left by the time this ball is played. Less than that. They are 5 meters out from their line. This is the play. Tungo gets it and kicks for himself. Are you serious? 1 play to go in the game and none of you go with your center. You give it to a center who chips and chases for himself. There was nothing doing there. Nothing doing there. The game is over. Well done, New Zealand Kiwis. That was a brilliant test match. A brilliant rugby league test match. 2 sides who gave it everything. They're putting in a challenge. What are they challenging? What are they challenging? You will look up frivolous challenge in the chat. That is this. That is this. It's the Tigers Cowboys rule. The second full-time whistle. Taylor May plays and Samoa wins. If Taylor May and Terrell May play, you know, we're talking about Taylor May as one of the premier centers in the game, in my opinion. Was it potentially tackled without the ball? I don't think so. Either way, time had expired. Yeah. No, nothing. It was a great game. Look, I've seen much better international games. That was a good test match. And it's made me very, very excited for next week. Samoa versus Tonga. When exactly is that? I hope I'm going to be streaming it back in Canberra. I have a feeling I won't. Yeah, I might be back in Canberra for that. It's next Sunday, 4 p.m, exact same time slot. Up at Lang Park, up in Brisbane. It's going to be absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. New Zealand anthem, that's a good point, Ollie. I actually didn't think to do that. I didn't think to do that, but why not? Why not? That will be full time on your Sunday stream. And normally I'd be up for a chat, but I have a very, very busy evening ahead of me. Got a few things to do. So yes, I will leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for supporting International Rugby League, and as I play you out with the New Zealand anthem, I will talk to you all later.